some of you didn't understood what a Venn diagram is. So we will start this lecture with the definition of Venn diagram. Listen carefully and try to understand it. Venn diagram is a diagrammatic representation of the properties that sets hold. That is union, intersection, complement, and so on. These kind of topics. We can easily understand these topics which are related to set by drawing the Venn diagram. How do we draw a Venn diagram for any given set? First thing, whenever we talk about some question, any question here, then we have to draw the universal set in that context. So universal set in every question will be drawn with a rectangle. That is, rectangle represents the universal set in the question that we are studying. Further, we will draw circles inside this rectangle, and these circles will show the sets. They will represent the set that we are studying. So overall, in short words, we will say that the universal set is represented by a rectangle and the subsets are represented by circles. For example, in this case, this is the universal set U. Suppose U has the elements 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So you can see this is a rectangle. This is the box rectangle which represents the universal set U and which has the elements 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Given A is a subset of U and A has elements 1, 2, and 3. So A is represented by a circle. It is a subset of U and has the elements 1, 2, and 3. This is a Venn diagram for this given data where U is the universal set, A is the subset of U. Now, if we have to study operation, say union of two set, then we will draw, this is universal set U, we will draw it in rectangular form and there will be two sets A and B. When we are talking about the union, it implies that we have to write each element once in the A union B set. So diagrammatically, A union B will represent this much area, this orange colored shaded region. And if we talk about A union B complement, then complement means ki U minus that set. So this outer region will represent the complement section. So I hope ki this topic is clear to you. Now we will study another topic. Next topic that we are going to study is practical problems on union and intersection of two sets. We have studied union and intersection in our last lecture. So now we will study about the practical problems, that is the problems in real life which are based on union and intersection of two sets. For this, first we have to understand the concept of these practical problems. So let A and B be a finite set. In the diagram, this is the rectangle which is representing the universal set. Say it is denoted by U. And then let us suppose that A and B are finite. This whole is the set A and this whole is the set B. Then this region will represent A minus B, and this region, this region will represent B minus A, and this common portion will represent A intersection B. Now, since we have taken A and B a finite set, so we have finite set means ki the set are having finite elements, like these sets are having 5, 6 or something like this, finite number of elements. So we will have certain formulas here. N of A union B. Here N denotes the number of elements that this set is having. Whenever we write N of A, it implies ki how much number of elements are there in set A. Suppose A is having, suppose there is a set A and it is having elements A, E, I, O, U. Then N of A will be, how many elements are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So N of A is equals to 5. So the first formula is ki N of A union B equals to N of A plus N of B minus N of A intersection B. And the second formula is ki if we are given with the fact that A intersection B is 5, that is there is no common element in the sets A and B, then this formula reduces to n of A union B equals to n of A plus n of B, because this will be 0. Since A intersection B is 5, therefore n of A intersection B will be 0. There will be no elements. So the formula will become this. This was when we had two sets, A and B, two finite sets. Now let us suppose that we have three finite sets, A, B and C. Then the same formula will take this form. N of A union B union C will be equal to n of A plus n of B plus n of C minus n A intersection B minus n of B intersection C minus n of A intersection C plus n of A intersection B intersection C. Similarly, if we have four sets, say A, B, C and D, so we can increase the number of like this, we can write the formula for that. That is n of A union B union C union D and so on. So now we will solve the practical problems on the basis of union and intersection of two sets, and we will be using these formulas in order to solve the next exercises. Exercise 1.6, let us see question number 3. In a group of 400 people, 250 can speak Hindi and 200 can speak English. How many people can speak both the languages, that is English and Hindi? You have to find ki if 250 people can speak Hindi and 200 people can speak English, then how many from 400 people will be able to speak both the languages, that is Hindi and English. Let H and E denote the people who can speak Hindi and English respectively. In the question we have been given ki n of H equals to 250, n of E equals to 200 and n of H union E is equals to 400. Total number of people are 400. People who can speak Hindi is 250 and people who can speak English are 200. Now we have to find n of H intersection E. The most important thing in solving these word problems is that you have to first understand what values are given. Then you have to write those values, and then correspondingly you have to find the value which is not given in the question. So using the identity, n of H union E equals to n of H plus n of E minus n of H intersection E we have. Here the value is 400, 250 plus 200 minus n of H intersection E. Then we have n of H intersection E equals to 450 minus 400. That comes out to be 50. Therefore, there are 50 people who can speak in English and Hindi, both the languages. Now we will see question number 8. In a committee, 50 people speak French, 20 speak Spanish, and 10 speak both the languages, Spanish and French. How many speak at least one of these languages? That is, first you have to understand that at least, this word at least, it implies to A union B. So the given data is, first let us assume that the people who speak French are denoted by F and the people who speak Spanish are denoted by S. Then in the question, n of F equals to 50, n of S equals to 20, and it is given that n of S intersection F is 10. That is, 10 people speak both the languages, Spanish and French. Now we will use the identity. So using the identity, n of S union F equals to n of F plus n of S minus n of S intersection F. We'll put the values 50 plus 20 minus 10, which comes out to be 60. So at least 60 people speak one of these two languages. Try to solve the rest of the questions of this exercise, and if there is any doubt, then we will discuss it in the next lecture. After this, we have miscellaneous examples. From the miscellaneous exercise of chapter 1, let us see question number 3. Let A, B and C be the set such that A union B equals to A union C and A intersection B equals to A intersection C. We have to show that B is equals to C. We have been given with the data that A union B is equals to A union C. Now what we will do in the first step, we will take the intersection of both of these sets with C. So A union B intersection C is equals to, in bracket, A union C intersection C. What we have done, we have taken intersection of these given sets with C. Then what we have, A union B intersection C, it will become A intersection C union B intersection C. And this side, A union C intersection C is equals to C. So this whole data will come out to be C. That is A intersection, clearly we have been given with the data that A intersection C is equals to A intersection B. So we will use this property here, and we will have, instead of this, we will write A intersection B union B intersection C equals to C. This is the first statement. Again, we have been given with another data that A union B is equals to A union C. This one, first statement. For the first time, we had taken the intersection with the set C. Now we will take the intersection with the set B. So A union B intersection B equals to A union C intersection B. From here, this data, this much is equals to B. I'll explain it right now. And then B equals to A intersection, this here. First A and B and then this. So A intersection B union C intersection B. Then B equals to A intersection B union. We have been given key. We can write C intersection B as B intersection C. Both will give you the same value. That is intersection of two sets. C intersection B and B intersection C. These are same things. So this will be statement second. Now from here, from both these statements, first and second, this part and this part, they are equal. So we will be left with comparing the second opposite part, and we will have B equals to C. From equation first and second on comparing, we will get ki B equals to C. Now we have to see ki how it has come ki A union C intersection C is equals to C. Let this be set A and this be set C. So this whole region will represent A union C. Now intersection of A union C with this set will give you the common part between A union C, that is this whole shaded portion, and only C. The common part will be set C. Therefore A union C intersection C will come out to be C. Similarly, A union B intersection B will come out to be B, because in these two sets, between these two sets, B is the common portion, and whenever we write the intersection, we have to write the common portion. Therefore this is equal to the set B. Question number 15 from the miscellaneous exercise. In a survey of 60 people, it was found that 25 people read newspaper H, 26 read newspaper T, and 26 read newspaper I. 9 read both H and I, 11 read both H and T, 8 read both T and I. 3 read all the newspapers, and we have to find first and second part. First is the number of people who read at least one newspaper, and the number 2 is the number of people who read exactly one newspaper. So let us see how we will solve this question. Let H, T and I denote the people who are reading the newspaper H, T and I. With the name of the newspaper, let this denotes the number of people also who are reading this newspaper. Then we are given with the data ki N of H equals to 25, N of T equals to 26, N of I equals to 26, N of H intersection I equals to 9, N of H intersection T equals to 11, N of T intersection I equals to 8, and finally ki 3 people read all the newspapers. So N of H intersection T intersection I equals to 3. Now the first part is the number of people who read at least one newspaper. That is, we have to find N of H union T union I. So we have studied the formula of union of 3 sets, 3 finite sets. So we'll use the same formula, and we'll have N of H plus N of T plus N of I minus N of H intersection T minus N of H intersection I minus n of t intersection I plus n of h intersection t intersection I. This is the formula that we have studied. We will put the values and we will solve the values to get the answer 52. So the number of people who read at least one newspaper is 52. Now the second part is the number of people who read exactly one newspaper. This is the universal set where this circle denotes the people who read H newspaper. This denotes the people who read T newspaper, and this denotes the people who read I newspaper. So when we have to write the number of people who read exactly one newspaper, this implies that we need to know the number of people in this region. Only H, only I, and only T. This shaded portion. So what we are going to do now? We have to find n of H only plus n of T only and n plus n of I only. That is people who read exactly one newspaper. So for n of H only, we have the formula n of H minus n of H intersection T minus n of H intersection I plus n of H intersection T intersection I. Then again for T only we have the same formula. Similarly, n of T minus C. N of T minus, we have to minus this intersection and this intersection, and once we have to add this one. So n of T minus n of T intersection H minus n of T intersection I plus n of H intersection T intersection I. And similarly for the set I. What we have to do? First, this is the set I. From this we have to subtract I intersection H, that is this portion, then I intersection T, this portion, and then we have to add this region. So we have written the formula and now we will write the respective values. So n of H plus n of T plus n of I. 25 plus 26 plus 26. Now here we have n of H intersection T, and again we have here n of T intersection H. Both will have same value. Similarly, n of H intersection I and I intersection H, they will have same value, and this will have same. So we will write 2 into H intersection T. So 2 into 9, 2 into 11, and 2 into 8 with all with minus sign. And third last term, that is this intersection has been added 3 times. So 3 into its value, that is 3. We will solve this properly and we will get the answer 30. Therefore, the number of people who read exactly one newspaper is 30. So try to solve the questions of this chapter, and on the next turn we will solve all the doubts related to this chapter. So study up till now, and if you have any doubt, then make comment in the comment section so that on the last turn we discuss all the doubts of this chapter. Thank you, class.